stand up. Let me know you understand. Hey y'all. I know, I'm a lot. Sorry. Welcome to my channel. My name is Shay, and today's video is going to be a quick video on your sign and what kind of love you can expect in February 2020, because y'all like these. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all though, sometimes ain't no message. Ain't no love message for your sign. So sometimes that mean ain't no love, and you just got to give it up. But I'm gonna do them anyway because I love y'all and I want y'all to be happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Hey Capricorn. So welcome to your reading for your love life. Okay, so when I was pulling your cards, I was immediately met with the message, let go, let it go. Let the relationship go, let the person go, let the situation go, let it go. It is harming you, Capricorn. I love you, but it's harming you. You kind of have to face reality. It's time to go within. It's time to work on yourself. It's time to cry it out. It's time to pray about it. It's time to meditate about it. It's whatever work you're going to be doing right now on an emotional love level is going to be internal. It is not going to be external. If you are dealing with somebody you know you ain't got no business dealing with, or you're dealing with a situation that you know is kind of keeping you trapped mentally. Now, we all know those situations where we get into a relationship with somebody and we just get so over consumed with them and who they are and how much we love them and how cute they are. And stop it. Stop it. It might be time to let it go. Maybe you're holding on too much to hurt and adversity and this fight. Maybe you just recently got out of a relationship and it was just so much pain and you just might be holding on to it, just to a point where it's affecting your life. And I got the message for you to let it go in February 2020. Free yourself. Free yourself. Maybe for some of you, I just felt the need to say, maybe for some of you, your story needs to be told. Maybe you're meant to inspire people with your love situation in February 2020. I don't know. That may only be for some of you, but let it go. Free yourself, Capricorn. Free yourself of this heartache. Free yourself of this negativity, this lack of love that I feel. You may be, or there may be someone in your life who's very loving, who's very caring, who actually anxiously looks after you and others. Maybe you're this person, and maybe I just got the message to say, maybe you feel like you're not getting that back. And maybe there is someone in your life who's trying to be this, who is this, and you see them and you're like, wow, they're amazing, but you're just kind of overlooking them. I don't know. I may be only talking to some of you, but don't worry about that, Capricorn. Love in February 2020 for you is going to be all about letting go. Letting go of things that you know don't no longer serve you. I'm sorry I couldn't report that you was finna have like a Valentine's Day escape or something. I'm sorry. I gotta read the cards. Don't shoot the messenger. And don't accept deceit or lie. Like, I feel like you may be recovering from something, and you may be just recovering from a relationship that was filled with a lot of negativity and a lot of like less than love. But make sure that you don't accept that. You don't accept that from anybody. And maybe you are walking into your power and you're learning like, hey, I don't have to deal with anyone treating me this way or that way. Or I don't have to deal with situations that get me in negative spaces. Like, I feel like for some of you, the word persevering came up like twice. So persevere, push through. You got this. It's nothing. So with these two cards here, the Son of Swords and the Seven of Cups, it's time to live up here a little bit. And again, it came up. So these are your clarifying cards. So they're telling you it's time for you to focus on your mental state. It's time for you to heal yourself from these emotions. Break those chains. I don't want to say it like this, but kind of get over it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but let go. That's all I'm hearing. Let go and focus on your community. I feel like I tell y'all that a lot. I feel like lately you've been avoiding people who are trying to help and love you, people who already help and love you. It might be time for you to actually let them help and love you in February 2020 in your love life. Let your community bring you that sense of love that you're looking for, instead of looking for it in a relationship or a situationship or whatever it may be. Okay? That's all I have for you, Capricorn. I hope this helped. If you resonate with anything I said, please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe below. Love y'all. Bye. Hey, Aquarius. Welcome to your love reading for February 2020. Let's hop right in. Overall, I feel like you may have just came out of a restricting situation, and we're not talking just like within the last few months. This could have been within the last few years. You may have just came out of a restricting situation. This could have been a person that had, because your cards actually are similar to Capricorn's, so I feel like you may have been in their life or vice versa. I feel the need to say that like you may have felt like you you weren't being your complete self, or you were restricted by the things that they wanted you to do or be. Maybe you were restricted in the sense that you were always kind of in some sort of turmoil with them, like you were just always, you know what I mean, like feeling restrained, and that may have made you want to be completely free of the relationship, of the person, just completely done. And again, you may just was fighting a battle with them in some type of way with your kind heart, and you're like, you know, you're pushing through and you're trying to love on them and vice versa, but it's just not working how you want it to. But I feel like you came out, you're done, you're free, you're being yourself, and you might just not be taking anyone's stuff. But I also feel like you may have lost faith in people. You may have lost faith in love overall. Maybe you have lost faith in someone particular that you thought you might be into. And again, this could go right back to this old relationship. Maybe it hurt you so bad where you like, okay, I don't have time for people right now. But I feel like you have to kind of push yourself out of it. Both of these cards are asking you literally to get out of that lethargic state, to get out of this negative mind frame. You see what I'm saying? So it might be time for you to also, as I've told Capricorn, let it go. And don't let anyone tell you that what you're doing for you is not correct. Because I feel like when I was shuffling the cards, I feel like a lot of you may have made the decision to leave, made the decision to not do something or not date someone. You know what I mean? You may have made a very like harsh decision. And I feel like this old person that used to trap you, or maybe just other people, are trying to tell you, no, you should go back, or no, you should do something different. And you're like, no, this is what I want to do. Maybe you have people who are trying to convince you to date, you know, or convince you to fall in love with them, or convince you, see what I'm saying? And you're like, no, I don't want to. I'm done. I've had some heartbreak. I'm trying to heal. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? And that's okay. And I want to reassure you in your decision of that. And I feel like for y'all Aquarius, everything has been about your career and your passions, and you doing things that you care about, especially for your 2020 reading. So I feel like that's what you need to focus on right now, and that's okay. I pulled some clarifiers for you to see what it is else you need to know about your love life for February. All of your cards, literally the Shaman of Swords, the Priestess of Swords, and the Shaman of Disc, all are talking about long-term vision, keeping your eye on the prize, being a leader, being a healing visionary. Focus on your stuff, Aquarius. I feel like I have told you this for like 4 months straight now. Like, focus on your stuff and don't let nobody question what you got going on. Focus on your vision. Focus on you. Maybe you're always focusing on other people. Focus on you this time. That's okay. Focus on you this time. There's nothing wrong with that. Keep your vision clear, because your attitudes have been fair. This card states that your attitudes have been fair. You've done everything you're supposed to do. You done loved up on everybody else. So now let's keep your vision straight. You see that sight looking straight ahead? Look at that sight, right on the bird, right on that bird, right on that message, right on that that life path. You know what I mean? Look at that. Spitting out what you need to spit out, creating what you need to create, bringing color to your world, Aquarius. But that's all I see for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything I said, please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe below. I love y'all. Bye. Hey Pisces, welcome to your reading. Okay, so we're gonna hop right in. So you may be experiencing some sort of breakup in February, some form of, like, I feel like it's something out of necessity. It's a breakup out of necessity. This may be stopping talking to someone. This may be the ending of a relationship. This could be the ending of the way you exist in a relationship. But I feel like it was something that previously weighed you down. Honestly, it's something that's just causing sorrow. There's a relationship. It could be romantic. I feel like for most of you it is romantic, but it could be just a friendship. Something that is kind of coming to an end, or is having complications, and it's causing you to be sad, if that makes any sense. But it's something that is absolutely necessary. It needs to kind of shut down so that you can renew your sense of self. I saw the message of seize the opportunity, being fair, giving 50-50. Maybe some of you are having some sort of divorce. I don't know, something of that nature. But it might be time for you to, again, keep a fair attitude and kind of go with the flow. Don't try to control the situation. Don't lead with emotion. I feel the need to say that, because honestly, spiritually, it's not personal. It's something that needs to happen in your life. Some of you may have lost a job, lost a lot of money, and that may also be causing some sorrow and some sadness. Maybe not. Maybe you just feel like this is a large loss. This person that you're living with. I mean, this person that you're dealing with. But there is hope, because all of your cards are positive cards, just in reverse. So that basically always, for me, signifies that the situation can change. The situation can flip. You know what I mean? Just like these cards can flip. You see what I'm saying? So there is hope. He's holding on to that branch. He can pull himself up. There is hope. You just have to grab on. Let it happen. Let the sun shine in your face. It doesn't all have to be negative. There's some victory, some triumph. This situation is going to be hard in the beginning, but it's going to get better as time goes on. But you just have to ride it out. You see her? Riding into victory. That's you. You just have to let it happen. Persevere. Persevere. You're a good person. You're a good mother. You're a good father. You're a good lover. You're a good friend. You're a good person. Just push through. And I went ahead and pulled some clarifying cards for y'all. The Ten of Wands, the Daughter of Wands, and the Fool. Of course, if anyone's familiar with tarot decks, the Fool is normally a new beginning, a new person. I'm kind of starting fresh, because the Fool we think of the Fool as a newborn baby. You know what I mean? Just starting out life, don't know nothing, ain't trying to know nothing, but also filled with awesomeness and like hope and like creativity and just ready to go take on the world. So I feel like this situation is going to free you up. This situation is going to emotionally free you up for all of the positive things that are going to come into your life. You just have to be open to them. Yep. Possible burnout or tremendous creative explosion. This is supposed to happen so that you kind of come out of the fire as a phoenix. Come out of the ashes, rather, as a phoenix. You're going to become who you have been supposed to be this whole entire time. Can't wait to see it. And then also rushing off to new things with the wisdom of the past. So again, this may be a breakup. This may be a situation you have to learn from. This may be a friendship that you have to learn from it. But it's like once you get over it, get over the hump, get over this heartbreak, it's like, okay, I'm good, I'm feeling good again. And then you move on and you have better opportunities and you know what's coming for you. And you apply what you learn from that situation to all future situations in a good way, in a positive way. But that's all I see for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything I said, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye. Hey, Aries, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and hop right in. So y'all might be popping off at the mouth in February 2020. Let me stop. So, stormy character. Anytime I see Yansa in my reading, I always think of a fire sign specifically, but always in Aries. But you may just be kind of just sharp with the tongue, kind of arguing, kind of explosive, kind of unpredictable, because you love change so much. You may be kind of stirring up a little bit of drama. I'm not saying that you're doing it on purpose necessarily, but at the same time, it may just be a level of just you being so impatient with everything else that you are kind of getting impatient with your relationships and people around you. I feel the need to say that there is a lack of communication due to, hear me out, due to you asking for more of what you are not giving. So you might be asking for a lot of attention, but you also might be very aloof. You might be asking for a lot of invitations to places, but you may not be so inviting. You may be asking for people to call you more, but you may not call anyone at all. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you have to give what you plan on receiving. And if you don't receive, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. But you can't keep asking people who love you for things that you're not giving in return and expecting them to just give without getting anything back. Don't let your stubbornness blind you. So just because, okay, let's say, I'll give y'all a quick example. Let's say you are in a relationship with someone and they did something to you before, or they behaved a certain way before. And they may have changed that behavior, but because you're still upset or you still feel a little ways about it, you might be kind of punishing them day after day about it, because it's like, hey, you know, I said XYZ to you and look what you're doing to me, so you just keeping on. I feel the need to say, let it go. You know, stop being so upset with them about this thing, because it's not relevant now, and now you're at a point where you're just punishing them for no reason. So maybe you guys are not understanding each other, and this may be someone who's very, very similar to you. They may be very tough and very smart and beautiful at the same time. Like, they may strike a beautiful balance between being kind of a strict character, but also being very loving and kind. So watch out for that person. If some of you are single, again, still watch out for these behaviors, because you may be displaying these behaviors in your friendships and family life as well. So make sure that you're conscious about that. And also, there is hope. If you guys are suffering with any abandonment issues or anything like that, trust issues, anything like that, it's going to be something that kind of reveals itself to you, and you're going to be able to make some leeway on it. So maybe you might be being a little more social this month, and kind of fixing these issues because you're noticing this behavior. If you guys are having mother issues, like relationship issues with your mother, that may be actually fixing itself in February as well. And then I'll pull some clarifying cards for you all. The 3 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. The 2 of Wands. Invention, a sense of personal power, sexual attraction. Group joy, inspiration, music, poetry, song, music, artistic delight. Clinging to past emotions. Going through feelings in order to move on. So, just like I said, if you're holding on to past emotions, if you're holding on to past hurt, people lying to you, people treating you wrong, maybe it's even the person that you're in a relationship with. They may have not done anything big. Maybe they just didn't come through one time, and you just like, oh, I'm mad as hell. I'm gonna wrath the earth about this. Like, stop. Stop. It's over with. Just let it go. Don't cling on to those past emotions. And fine. I feel like some of you are really into your like some type of inspirational work. Like, you might be very, very excited about something that is bringing you happiness, something creative, something that is personal to you, and that may be your focus. And I feel like this is a kind of reminder to keep that going for some of you. I know this is a love reading, but you know, tarot do what they want to do. Your guides do what they want to do. Your higher self do what they want to do. So I feel like if you aren't feeling the love, if you are feeling negative, go back to music, go back to poetry, go back to drawing, whatever it is that you do that is creative to you, and that's different for everybody. But go back to that, and you'll always feel like yourself again. But that's all I have for you today, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything that I said, please go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye. Hey, Taurus, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and hop right in. First of all, you got all 3, well, I mean, there's more, but you got all 3 of these beautiful ladies, Yemenia, Oshun, and Oba. So some of you may be very, very caring, loving, giving, faithful girlfriend, boyfriends kind of people in people's lives. And I feel like that is the energy you have. But I feel like there also may be a person in your life that you are in love with, that you are trying to please heavily with these good qualities. That these may represent them, the person you are in love with. This simply may represent women in your life that you love overall. But I feel like you have a girlfriend or boyfriend who is just this wonderful, loving person. They may have a sharp side to them. They may be very strict in character, or very, a lot. They just may be a lot. They may have a sharp tongue, but they are overall, they're very honorable and they're very loving. And you may be trying to please them. Again, these could also represent you, but I don't really see anything negative. Honestly, it's a very positive reading for you. I just feel the need to say that you have to put in the effort. If you guys are going through hard times, if you are just not, I don't even sense anything negative. I feel like you guys just may be disagreeing, just a tad bit, you know, and maybe just having a different way of doing things. And you may just want to feel appreciated for the things that you do, and you will be, but you have to make an effort. You can't expect to just sit there and them to just love on you. You do have to do the work back, if that makes any sense. Sometimes I feel the need for some of you to say that sometimes what you equate as love and what others equate as love are 2 separate things. Everyone has a different love language. So you can't expect that your love language suffices for the other person. I don't know who I'm talking to, but make sure that you are asking them what they need and giving them that so that you can get what you feel like you deserve in return, if that makes any sense for anybody else. But otherwise, it's fine. It may be hard at first. Maybe you don't want to talk about it. Maybe you don't want to not be stubborn about it. Maybe you want what you want. You know what I mean? And that's understandable. But in order to make this relationship work, it's something that you have to do. You have to meet them in the middle. There has to be some sort of sense of brotherhood and some sort of sense of willingness to work together in order for this to work. Because the sun is shining on y'all relationship. This will be positive. And for anybody who's single, same applies. If you want something, you have to give in return. You have to be willing to do the work to get it. So if you are looking for love, or if you're just out here, you know, being extra single and loving your life, that's fine too. But you can't expect love to just knock on your doorstep and be like, hey, it's me. You have to go out and find it. And again, you popped up in your own reading. Don't be out here being stubborn. Don't be out here being restraining and controlling. You know what I mean? That's not going to bring love to you either. If you're always closed in and caged off, or sectioned off rather, or if you're always, I need this to be like this, you leave no room for anything new or beautiful to come into your life, okay? So I pulled some clarifying cards for you. The Lovers and the Six of Swords. And so when I see the Devil with the Lovers and the Six of Swords all together, it kind of in order in that way. I feel like the Lovers, you're bringing two polar opposites together. So you may be with someone who's just different from you, and they just do things differently. Like I said earlier, they have a different love language, and this is about you guys morphing together to make a perfect whole. So be willing to do that. Be willing to come together with this person and not be stubborn. Also, with the Devil, if you start doing things just so you can get stuff in return, that's not good either. So if you only do the thing because you know it'll give you XYZ result, that's not good either, because that's going to come right back around, and that's when that negative energy starts entering, because you only can keep that up for so long before karma kind of come back with the you know. And then there's the Six of Swords. Clarity over mind, things like that, overview of the mind rather. Make sure that you are being clear in what you want, and you have clarity in what you want. You can't ask for something that you're not 100% sure what that is. So it may be time to have those serious conversations with your loved one or your loved ones, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything I said, please go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that below. I love you so much. I hope you're having a great day. Bye. Hey Gemini, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and hop right in. The first card that popped out was the Three of Fire. And I instantly thought you hit the jackpot. I'll make that make sense a little as we go. But overall, there's a lot of fire here. And that makes me feel like there is some sort of relationship forming in your life. There is some sort of love and kind of cooperation forming in your life. This does not have to be romantic, but I feel like for a lot of you, it is. You are kind of coming into one with someone or something. This could even be love for oneself or passion or friendship, you know, something of that nature. But you are kind of finding people who make sense in your love life and in your life. But you are going through a life test as well. You'll get through it. Ask your guides for help. Ask, you know, the universe to assist you. Meditate on it, pray on it, whatever it is you need to do. But you have to learn the lesson that you needed to learn in a previous relationship. If you have a tendency to do something in relationships, you know what that is. And you know how it ends, and it doesn't always end up positive, whatever the case may be. Make sure that you are not doing that. This is a card to say that you are falling into old habits. You have not learned the lesson. You just keep on falling into that pit of hell. Don't do that. Especially if you're being stubborn and you're like displaying like a I need this my way kind of attitude. It is time for a change, and that is what the life test is. You learning from the past, learning where you went wrong, learning what behaviors you need to change and applying them to the present. That is your message, your love message, because you might be finding people who actually care and love about you. You might be introducing yourself to people who are supposed to be in your circle. But if you haven't solved your emotional issues, or if you haven't solved the issues of the past, or if you haven't solved the way that you view relationships or the way relationships should be in your life, it's going to be the same. And you might lose these people or this person. And I don't want that for you. So please, 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 work on yourself this month, Gemini. It is another call for introspection. The work that you have to do is not going to be physical. There's nothing you can do. There's no class you can go to. There's no meditation. There's nothing you can read up on about how to heal yourself. You're just going to have to heal yourself. You're going to have to go within, and you're going to have to look at whatever may be too scary to look at in February. But you want what you have put in the work for. I feel like you are putting in work. It may be, not even love related, but you are putting in work for sure. It's just, you want what you give out, or you want what you want rather, and that's okay too. But make sure along with that work, you're doing mental work. Make sure along with that work, you are being fair in your attitudes. Keep in mind, wanting is a part of the past. You are going to start, like I just said, like I've been stating, things are coming to fruition. All the things that you have asked for, everything that you have worked for is coming your way. But there is a sense of lack of communication. If you are not communicating what you want, if you're not communicating what you feel, if you're not communicating what's on your mind, if you're not communicating accurately, and if you are, you aren't. If you're being avoidant, I feel the need to say that you might be avoiding conversations with people in regards to love. Whatever that may be, whether that's to break up, whether that's to stay, whether that's to, like, you're not being 100% and you're kind of running around issues so that you don't have to really dig deep. Communicate, Gemini. So I pulled some clarifiers for you to see what's going on. 8 of Discs, the Chariot, 9 of Wands, Crone. So with the Chariot, taking control of your life, making decisions that you want to make and not making them based off anyone else. Maybe you have done that in the past. Maybe you have always made decisions based off of other people. And again, maybe this is a part of that lesson that you're learning. That maybe before you were always doing what someone else wanted you to do. Always making decisions based off them and what they needed or what you felt like they needed. Maybe it's time for you not to do that again and do something different. And I feel like that popped up again in your cards. Also, this inner work, the Hermit, the Crone, you need to go inside, learn the lessons, and then share them with others. Share the lessons that you learn in your life. So you're on your path, you're on your way, but you also need to reserve your energy until you decide to use it. But I want you guys to, because I feel like you may be feeling very like, because you're learning this lesson of don't let anyone control you, you may be being very stubborn in a lot of aspects because you've kind of suppressed yourself so long that you're like, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna say what I want, blah 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 blah, and that's a good thing, and you should do that. But at the same time, make sure that you're being clear in your direction. And again with that clarity and making yourself clear, be clear in your direction and store up that energy. Save that move for when it really matters. Don't do it in every single situation where you kind of push away good things too, because you're just being so like stubborn about what you want, if that makes any sense for anybody. But storing up that energy, getting that good cooperation going, getting people around you that matter. I see a lot of positivity for you, Gemini. And that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything I said, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below. I love you with all my heart. I hope you're having a great day. Bye. Hey, Cancer. Welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and hop right in. So you might be in a relationship right now, especially with the couple. If you're not in a relationship and you are single, you may have kind of met your match in some type of way, in a friendship, in a group of people, something of that nature. There may be some sort of lack of collaboration, lack of communication, just unwillingness to work together. And I see that with several cards. I feel like there may be an overimportance on sex and alcohol and drugs and things that are fun, things that that make you feel better in the moment, but they don't do anything for you in the long run. It's kind of the message that I'm seeing, especially when you get the Devil in reverse. The energy is not as bad as it would be if it was turned upright, but I feel like it's still bad, if that resonates for any of you. So make sure that you are getting your focus off of that and kind of coming back into reality and what's actually necessary. Because when I seen Iku, when he came out of the deck last, of course, it was immediately to my mind, I mean, he always signifies change and transmutation, sign of disease, basically like a big turning point, like a sudden death almost. But I felt the need to say change your behavior, change the situation if it's not you and it's someone else that you're involved with. And because there's like a sign of disease, watch out for that as well. I hate to say that to you all, but if there is any sort of sickness that the other person may have or you may have, watch out for that. I hate to say stuff like that, but I'm just a messenger. But aside from this possible like lack of collaboration or lack of understanding, if there is a relationship in your life, this is a very good relationship. This is very positive and kind of like fulfilling one another, kind of meeting the other person where they may fall short, if that makes any sense. So I pulled some clarifying cards for you all, and you received the Eight of Discs, the Shaman of Swords, the Strength card, and the Empress. So in clarifying, you got the Empress, and she represents the right relationship for all things. So you may actually have met the right person. You may be in the right field. You may be dealing with the right people. But it is all about the way you hone in this cooperation, because both of these cards signify cooperation. And then when you received the Eight of Discs from the Motherpeace deck, it's pretty much like a confirmation that everyone's working together and doing their part. And I feel like this is emphasis on changing behavior and changing the way you view other people so that you can get this cooperative holy trinity, everybody doing for each other kind of dynamic that you may be looking for or that you may need right now. And also the Strength card and the Shaman of Swords. With both of them, I feel like you're going to need to express yourself and tame your fears and tame yourself and tame your behavior by sheer spiritual willpower. And so if you are into like drinking and alcohol and sex and like drugs and just having a good old time, it may be time to rein that in and exercise some sort of like strength and self-control, so that again you can express yourself accurately and then get these relationships back in order, because they have the potential to do so. I think it's just this negative kind of, dark aura around you. But I mean, it can be a good month, Cancer. I feel like there's a lot of positives, but I feel like a negative energy that you may have surrounding you may be affecting everything overall. So try to fix that if you can, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything I said, please go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe below. I love you so much, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye. Hey Leo, welcome to your reading. We're gonna go ahead and hop right in. So immediately you pulled out a card that is similar in nature. You got the Enslaved Prisoner and you have the Eight of Air. Both signify being prisoners. You may feel trapped in a current situation. Maybe you're in a relationship that, and I feel the need to say, you're bored in. I feel like this relationship may be repetitive to you, or maybe you're trying to get something to happen in the relationship and it's not happening. Something of that nature. But I feel like you want change, you want to be free, and not even necessarily from them. It just may be a lot of drama and heartache, and or a lot of stagnant energy surrounding the relationship. Maybe they make you feel restricted because they're more restricted in character, so they kind of impression these very like logical, strict views on your sunshiny self. We'll get to that. But you maybe have some defamation, some gossip, some past hurt that's revealing itself at this time. But it may be very dark for you because you're typically not a very dark person, but that may be what's going on. Also, you may be suffering from some sort of abandonment issues and feeling like you are lacking, or that you lack resources. And I feel like that is more financial, because there is a, maybe a job opportunity or opportunity overall. You just may be tired. Like, I feel like there's this energy of being tired with you all, and it could just be because of this relationship, or maybe your relationships. You could be single and it just could be the people around you just make you feel restricted. Maybe your job makes you feel restricted. And it's funny that this is even coming up in a love reading, because it makes me feel like you're not even all the way focused on love, at least not in that giddy you know, I'm in love kind of way. I feel like it's something holding you back. It's something making you feel stagnant. It's something making you feel tired and making you feel restricted and not like yourself. Overall, you may have just saved up enough money, saved up enough energy, put the correct energy into certain relationships. Again, I know this is a love reading, but I promise I'm getting somewhere. So I feel like you may have just build up enough karma or enough of something. You've saved something, and now you're going to get all of the abundance back for that, like all of the good karma for that, if that makes any sense for you. Because you got the sun and you got the two of water, which means there's going to be some sort of new love, new friendship, that of someone who understands you on a deep and emotional level. And this could be the person that you're with now. This could be previous emotions that I'm speaking of, as far as all of this dark energy and this abandonment energy. Maybe being with them is helping you understand how many issues that you have with people in past relationships. But there is some sort of light energy. You are the sun, Leo. You know this. So you may just be coming back into that, and that fortune and that gratitude and that love and that duplicity. Like, you may just be being more positive now, and you may feel like you have everything you need, whereas before you felt restricted and without. So you got the 8 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, the Emperor, and the 5 of Cups. So essentially, when you get the Emperor, this is someone who may just be exercising this kind of power and this force over you. And that brings me right back to the enslaved prisoner and this 8 of Air. I feel as though there is someone, possibly male, who is exerting this kind of patriarchal energy over you, this kind of like force. It could be a father, and that may be where this love aspect is coming from, because I mean, obviously there's more than just romantic love, but you may be having that kind of energy over you, or it could just be just a more masculine person in your life who's dominating you in a way. And it's kind of a cycle at this point. You are starting to feel the negatives of being in this kind of relationship or having this sort of pattern, because maybe this is the type of person that you always deal with, and now you're starting to see the effects of actually constantly dealing with this type of character. In order to clear this, the cards want you to know that you would have to meditate on pulling the strings that connect you to this individual. So this will be all internal. If you are broken up with this person, if this person has left your life, it's time for you to literally cleanse out their energy in that way. And that's 3 cards saying that. They're warning you that you may be clinging on to past emotions. So maybe that's where that cleanse is also coming from. Because if you're clinging on to this relationship or these people or whomever it is, it may be time for you to cleanse that out of yourself. And then there's also this kind of like power and like this need for creativity, because you're almost at your goal. And I feel like they're kind of trying to tell you that, like, focus on your goal if you have a goal in mind, because that's also what's going to help you cleanse your energy, and you know, and make sure that you're focusing on creating what's important to you as well, Leo. That's going to make all of the difference in your love life. So basically, in a nutshell, honestly, they're just telling you to focus on work. Focus on work, focus on healing yourself. Do not focus on the abandonment or the domination over yourself. Don't focus on any of that. And if you have a positive relationship in your life, cultivate more of that. But that's all I'm seeing for you, Leo. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything that I said, please go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you all so much. I hope you're having a great day. Bye. Hey, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and hop right in. So, honestly, honey, your reading is all like, what's love got to do with it? Got to do with it? I don't really see, sorry, I'm silly. I don't really see any like lovey-dovey, schmubby kind of energy in this reading, and I will tell you why. You have to move away from stagnant energy, stagnant people who bring you back to the old you, especially romantic relationships. If it's people that get you out of pocket, people that get on your daggone nerves, people who make you feel small, make you feel like your old self. And I'm not talking about in general. I am talking more so in a love sense. So whether that's family, friendships, or, you know what I mean, in romantic relationships, I'm just feeling like in general, you don't want to go back to the old you. If you were let's say you were a person who's very dependent in relationships, and you meet a person who makes you feel that dependency again. Or if you were someone who was always very, I don't know, like dominating in relationships and you just want everything your way, and you meet someone who kind of brings that like anger and that force out of you, that may be someone you might want to stay away from. Yep, anyone who doesn't evolve with you and who doesn't change with you or who doesn't grow with you is actually going to cause some kind of issue. And so for the rest of your reading, it's all about change and like being a force field and like a force of nature rather, and being in your career. If some of you are like YouTubers or spokespeople or reporters or doctors or healers or anything like that, like you're just about your business, and it may not be, it's just you may have a strong sense of communication, a strong sense of what you want, and anything that doesn't, I don't know, like fall within that and doesn't see purpose or have any purpose or who makes you feel, I don't know, make you feel like a failure. I don't know why I keep feeling like that, but anything like that is just in the way, quite frankly. And that's why I say what love has to do with it, because I feel like that's all your reading is about. It's all about work and self and staying away from stagnant people. Like you even got yourself, the earth element, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, like you guys pushing through, being determined, progress, you know, things of that nature. Like any materiality brought to the world, like I feel like everything is just more so about progress than any kind of stagnant behavior. And then you even have the 6 of fire, which lets me know you're working hard towards something, and then people will see the results. Everyone will hear about like all of the success that you've had. So I feel like it's not even about other people, this reading, at all. I feel like it's all about you and you progressing forward and you getting the things that you feel like you deserve. Now there may be someone in your life, and they may be just like of a very like strong character and a stormy character and also kind of dreamy and creative at the same time, but you're just not worried about them. Beyonce, I ain't thinking about you. Like you just may not be, and not in a bad way. And maybe this is vice versa. Maybe they're that way. And maybe they feel like you're causing stagnant energy, but I really don't feel that. I just don't think that it's at the forefront. It may be in your life, love may be in your life, but it just may not be at the front of your thoughts. If that makes sense for anybody. And then I also pulled some clarifiers. So the Daughter of Swords, the Priestess of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Oh, look at that. Busting it wide open. But overall, especially with the Priestess of Swords and the Daughter of Swords, it's calling energy to you and sending out plans and prayers and like having that vision. I feel like, again, and it reiterates what I said, you just focus on a goal. You're not even thinking about the rest of that. And maybe you don't want to think about the rest of it. Maybe this is all wishful thinking. Maybe I'm just calling on an energy of what you would like to do. Maybe you are overly focused on relationships and you want to be more like this or need to be more like this. But I feel like this is the message for you. Focus on your vision. Focus on the new you. Busting out of that egg, period, and becoming this new you and starting over with this creative energy and starting something new. But that is all the messages that I see for you, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe below. I love you so much. I hope you're having a great day and an awesome month. Bye. Hey, Libra. Welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and hop right in. So instantaneously, when I pulled your cards, I feel like you guys may have went through a breakup recently. It's very, very recent, and I feel like the wounds are still healing. So the foolery may be over, the danger may be over, whatever was going on is over, but it's like there's still kind of like some residue that you're still dealing with, whether that's emotionally, maybe physically, whatever the case may be. But it's going to be a long road of healing. It's not completely over the way that it may seem. But it's also, I feel like the way you may be going about healing may be incorrect. And this card, the Ten of Fire always represents a life test, but when it's in reverse, it's kind of like the avoidance of a test. So you may have gotten through this thing, this breakup, this fight, this change in your relationships or your romantic, whether it can even be a friendship or like a group of people, but you know, I feel like it is romantic. So I feel like instead of actually dealing with it, you may be finding ways to cope that are not suitable, especially when I paired this with the 8 of Water. This is like over ambition. You're doing too much. You might be too many places at once. You might be trying to put too much on your plate, like kind of like distracting yourself or doing things that are not all the way good for you or good for just your mental health overall, to kind of cover up this feeling instead of actually dealing with the feeling. And I feel like this is a call back to you to say, you have to deal with this. There's no way to just kind of hide and pretend or bring others in order to make this feel better, if that resonates with any of you. But there is some sort of positivity. I saw Oshala in there. I feel like there is some sort of positive influence, male for female. I do feel like this is male, so like for ladies, you may have some sort of male presence in your life. For males, it could be a more masculine woman, kind of like knight in shining armor situation, but in reverse. But I do feel like there is some sort of protection over you. There is some sort of love coming your way. All of you are divinely protected, but I also feel like there is a very kind soul in your life. So that's bringing a lot of happiness, a lot of celebration, a lot of, love and marriage and passion and ooh la la. But at the same time, there's a lot of shit going on underneath the surface. See that octopus tearing down that ship? It's a lot going on, and you have to deal with it, or this is going to fail. And then on a whim, these cards came out. So we have the Nine of Earth, and we have Shango in reverse. So instantly when I saw this is that you have to go at this road alone. You may prefer to be alone. You may be kind of pushing the issue and wanting to be alone and wanting to be alone with your thoughts. It is the best way to deal with the emotions internally and by yourself. But at the same time, if you're not telling yourself positive things, or if you're giving yourself excuses for the things that you do, or you're not really being real with oneself, I feel like this is the card's way of speaking that to you. Really deal with the issues. And with Shango, if this is a breakup, a marriage, ending, a divorce, something like that, make sure that you're not letting your emotions influence the way that you're doing anything, and try to stay as balanced as possible, because he does signify imbalance. I also pulled some clarifiers, but you have the Priestess of Wands, the Moon, the Three of Wands, the Empress, and the Daughter of Wands. The daughter, honey. And not that they're related, but I feel like the Moon can sometimes be, it's very feminine, but it can also be a depressive kind of energy, because you're in a dark, think of the dark side of the moon. Like you're on the dark side of things, and you're consciously thinking of things and thinking things over. And with the Three of Wands, the Daughter of Wands, and the Priestess of Wands, all of them signify learning from the past and then rushing into the future. You are magic, Libra. Remember that you are magic, and remember that as you are learning what you need to learn from the situation, make sure that you are actually taking the lessons and applying them forward, instead of kind of harboring them in a negative way and moving forward without thought, I guess, is more so where I'm going. Like, try to learn the lessons internally, apply them, and then when you do move on, you completely move on, and don't move on with baggage, if that helps anybody. But that's all I'm seeing for you, Libra. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything I said, please go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe below. I love you so much. I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye. Hey, Scorpio, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and hop right in. So you kind of have a mixed reading. It's a lot of different energies going on up in here in your reading. But overall, I feel like February you may have, and you may go through, some sort of like negative oral energy. You did get the Seven of Water and the Devil. With both of them, there's always some black astral energy, some negative energy, too much focus on material world, too much focus on sex and gluttony and all of that, like just negativity. And I feel like you may be coming out of that in February, or maybe starting to, even if it's self-love. It may not even be romantic love that's coming into your life, but I feel like this is an issue. I feel like some of you may be struggling with some sort of sickness, and maybe not. Maybe it's just oversensitivity to the emotions and the relationships that you have with other people. I hate to call this out. Maybe some of you have gotten sick from an individual that you were in love with. Maybe not. Maybe you're love sick. Anything like that. But some sort of sickness, and maybe, or some sort of sensitivity to the energies, the sicknesses, the embodiment of other people. You may really be kind of struggling with this. And this could be just this negative energy. Maybe you got some energy vampires around you, or had some around you. But luckily, You gonna fight through that in February. You have fought through that because what's the day, like the 11th or something, the 12th or something. So you may have fought through that energy already, and it's a tough fight. It may not be what you wanted it to be. It may not be a fight that you wanted to fight, but it's something that you kind of had to go through in order to make sense of everything. But from that point on, for the rest of the month, you should have some flow, some joy, you know, some creativity, some love, some beauty, some partnerships, some cooperation coming into your life. Maybe someone's getting married. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe there are people around you who are just in love. And like maybe you've fallen in love with someone and they're awesome and you guys get each other and there's just so much positivity and like it's kind of like a joy party. And then the same with the 3 of Fire, cooperation, expansion, using the skills of others to make things happen in your life. Yep. And again, this may not even be romantic. I feel like you may be in association with people who are trying to help you move forward, or who see your vision, are trying to help you move forward. So that's where this positivity is coming from. I feel like there may have been a negative relationship that caused this little dip, and then there's like others outside of that coming through to make you feel positive, if that makes any sense for any of you guys. Let's go ahead and look at your clarifiers. So you got the Priestess of Disc, Crone, who's also the Hermit, Ace of Swords, the 2 of Disc, and the 9 of Cups. So automatically I saw, okay, your message is becoming clear to me now. The Priestess of Disc and Crone both kind of point to introspection and kind of being alone so that you can make sense of everything. And I feel like that is what you've kind of felt the need to do during this dark period, and now you're coming out of that because you might have had a spark of an idea. You may have some type of creation or something that you decided you were going to bring forward. I feel like that introspection might have inspired you in other areas, and now you're starting to bring forth projects and things that you want to, and you're kind of juggling a bunch of stuff because you're so excited about what you're going to bring forward, and that has brought a lot of joy and a lot of joyful people around you. And again, just reiterating the message that was already there in your reading, I feel like basically you were going through a dark period. That dark period led you to some positive thoughts, and those positive thoughts have led you to some positive action, if that makes any sense. And I mean, this is all around your love life. I know, you know, a lot of people come into these readings looking for like, you're gonna fall in love tomorrow, and you might, especially with female issue or pombagria, like you might fall in love, but I just don't see enough love in your reading overall to make that a definite. I just feel like there's going to be a little aspect of love, but not nothing you're going to focus on enough to kind of expand, if that makes any sense. But that is all I'm seeing for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated at all with anything that I've said, please go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe below. I love you so much. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye. Hey, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and hop right in. But you may be in a very, very seriously jealous, seriously almost dangerous kind of relationship, and that relationship may be over. Okay, so typically, and this is typically, I mean, we know we have various gender relationships now, but there's always a masculine and a female energy, and the masculine energy tends to bring protection and kind of security, whereas the feminine energy normally brings like that homemaker, that love, that femininity, you know, that's sugar sweet to the home. And those two pieces together make a perfect combination. Right now, there's a lot more masculine energy. There's a lot more control. There's a lot more jealousy. There's a lot more negative aspects, if you think of it as a positive and negative. And that is causing the relationship to fall apart. And it's becoming what used to be protection is becoming more of a prison. What used to be a union is becoming more of a cage. And I feel like that is what you're going through right now, and you may be going through some sort of breakup. Even for you single people, it may not even be just a breakup. It may just be like your association with relationships. You're kind of breaking up with the idea of it, romantic ones at least. And it's time to move on. When I start pulling your cards, I just saw go at it alone, honey. It's time for you to go. There is not a pair card at all with anyone else in any of these cards since I pulled the couple in reverse. that means it's time for you to go at it alone, Sagittarius. For some reason, I feel the need to say that a lot of you may always be in some sort of situation. You may always be in a relationship. You may always be in love. You may always be having sex with someone or having relations with someone. Let me say that more properly. But it's maybe just time for that. That's not important right now. I feel like you may be feeling the need to just go out and do what it is that you want to do, and you kind of are preferring your singlehood or preferring no drama, no noise, and you just want to plant your seeds in peace. Honestly, you want to make your money in peace. You want to persevere and push through and get the things done. And this card actually suggests that you sleep alone in order for you to be successful. It suggests that you get out of this negative situation or this toxic relationship so that you can be successful. That goat is up there by himself. He's standing on his money by himself, and it may be time for you to do that. And the same with this, creativity, balance, learning the lessons you need from the past and looking forward to the future and coming together to make like a perfect blend. I feel like you need to learn what you need to learn from those previous relationships and then say, okay, that was cool, but that ain't what I need right now. And just continue to move forward. And maybe that's just where your head is at. You may have lost a lot of money due to this relationship, and a lot of positive things have fallen to the wayside because of this negativity and this toxicity, and you just may be freaking tired of it. You're ready to go towards your goals. You may be meeting people who are sensible, who are dreamy, who are understanding, and who are on the same path as you. And maybe this represents you. Maybe you're ready to feel light and free and airy and just ready to be done, and that is awesome. But this ain't gonna work. This negative energy is not gonna work. So let's go ahead and look at your clarifying cards to see what it is that you got. You got the Six of Cups, you got the Son of Discs, and you got the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, the birth of new energy. I am celebration of life. The birth of new energy. I am celebration of new life. Maybe you already went through the breakup and you're like, thank you God, get away from me. Maybe you are just so ready to be by yourself. You're ready to plant your seeds. You are tired of being bothered. Orgasmic joy, peaking. Past expectations come to fruit. Orgasmic joy, past expectations. Look at them, they're in the same position. They're all in the water, smiling. I guess that was my dolphin noise. But yeah, like, you know, you're just ready to be done. I feel like there's so much joy, and I'm so happy for you, Sag. Sign of this. Determination, focus, hypnotism, lightness, and penetration. Lightness. This dolphin is literally standing on its fan and some water. She is standing on a cloud. He is standing on a mountain tip. She tiptoeing in the dirt. He's sitting on top of some gold. Like, there's lightness. You are literally ready to be done. You are focused, laser focused. I feel like you got out of this relationship or getting out of this relationship, and you're like, I just want to focus on my goals. I have no more time for this foolishness. And you shouldn't, especially if it's going to be toxic and harm you. But that's all of the messages that I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything that I said, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below. I love you all so much. I hope you're having a great day. Bye.